English horn is a bit different than oboe. First, what I'll check is my low C moving this pad here. So you want to think of this pad as almost like the Philly D on the oboe. You want it to be nice and loose and uh, not really grabbing tightly, but just this is for tuning purposes on the high notes. So that would be this screw here. Um, Once you get that set, you don't want to mess with this screw. Similarly to here, with these side resonance keys, you want to kind of stay away from these screws for the most part. Then we'll be going on to regulating the stack pads, the E and D pads to these resonance. So I'll go E to F sharp. That would be this screw right here. You can tighten that a little bit. Always going back to the main pad, checking to see if it feels solid. So think of this pad here as like the F sharp resonance on the oboe, but it's just down here on the side. Once I have that, then I'll go to the F resonance, which you see if I move the E pad right here by itself, it's not going to move this pad. You have to hold down this pad here, the D pad, in order for it to activate. Reason for that is this teeter-totter mechanism. Um, Again, for this adjustment, you're not going to move this screw. It's going to be either one of these guys. Doesn't matter. You can kind of check and see which one is poking out of the screw housing a little bit more. Make sure that the screws are poking out. You don't want the adjustment housing to be hitting your adjustment material. You want the actual screw to be hitting the adjustment material. Um, so again, just hold this D-pad down and feel it, and you can turn either one of these screws. Doesn't matter which one. Always going back to the main pad. Okay, and then I'll go D to F sharp. Again, staying away from this screw. You want to just like on the oboe, you want to do this one right here for D to F sharp. Okay, and then I'll do low C to E and E flat. Um, so low C to E is this screw right here. Again, you don't want it to really grab very tight at all. You can do this with your final play test. And then low C to E flat, just like on the oboe. And then once you get down here, there is no low B flat. So low C sharp to low B, low B to C sharp is much more simple. It's just this screw right here. Finally, you can adjust the height of your D-pad, which it actually helps the tuning of the E depending on how high this pad is. You can kind of lower this pad with this screw here that kind of sets the height there, and that will help you, if you want to mess with that key height, help you with the tuning of your E's. I like to get the heights of the keys just to the point where it won't fuzz out the tone. It will be open enough to vent, but without being too sharp. So this doesn't really affect anything. It's easy to mess with this screw here and change the key height. It's nice to have it to where these both kind of activate at the same time activate the resonance pads, just so you don't feel that extra little bump in the mechanism. But it's more important about the tuning rather than the mechanical feel.